Very appreciative that Alan gives us the opportunity to do this. So give yourselves a big round of applause. Because this is a great meeting. Let me just give you a couple of updates on what's going on. We'll have the employee meeting in a couple of weeks, so Mike will cover everything. We think we're going to have a good year going into the last month. We should have a good year for 2017. As much as we're here because of Allentown, and he is very much a part of the reason why we all have jobs, your keeping our agents happy is a big part of why we even get close to our numbers. I just want to say thanks for everything you do, and then my most important job is to introduce the person, the reason for which we are here. He is one, and I've worked with a lot of people in Alan's position. Alan is an excellent salesperson, but you know what's really good about Alan? You know what, Steve? Ask me. What's really good about Alan?
We're trying to figure it out over here at the stadium.
So many things that he can pick on. So the honest truth is, Alan is not only a great salesperson and great at our business, he is a great partner. And what does it take to be a great partner? You have to be honest, you have to be trustworthy, and you have to be trusting. And Alan is all three of those things in spades. My friend, Allentown.
Wow. Thank you so much. It's so good to see everybody, and welcome. And it's kind of like a reunion, you know. We don't see each other. We used to see each other 5 days a week, 8 hours a day, spend more time with each other than you do with your own families, and then all of a sudden it's all cut off, and now you're working from your homes, and you probably miss each other terribly. So it's wonderful for these opportunities to get together and to break bread and to just share stories and talk about the kids and everything that's going on in your lives. So I'm so happy for you not to, for the opportunity to be here right now, but at the same time, not to have the stresses. Catherine and I were just talking a little bit, sometimes an hour and a half, 2 hours each way with traffic, and how frustrating is that? You start your day stressed out and frustrated. So the fact that you're working out of your homes now, I think is wonderful. Productivity increases, attitudes and morale increases, but again, like you talked about, one of the things that you miss is the human element, which is actually very, very important. So it's great that we can come together and do these types of events, and I plan on doing these, sponsoring these events for many, many years to come. So Miss Elsie, it's so good seeing you, dear. I like to call Miss Elsie the glue that keeps it together. You know? So good to see you, and I want to thank Patrick, of course, for the very gracious words and leadership. I want to thank Jerry, who's just been a phenomenal marketing VP and leader, sales VP, the guy that has to sometimes rein me in, but it's, at the same time, he's also the guy that gives me the green light most of the time, which enables me to do the nice things that we're able to do as it relates to sales. Rick, I want to thank you for your leadership as our new Chief Marketing Officer. You're a breath of fresh air with great administrative knowledge, underwriting knowledge. I mean, it's going to be a lot of fun moving forward. And so I want to thank you for all you do. Liza, you know, Liza's my right hand, and we all have one. We have people that we lean on that help us to do the things that we're able to do and that we need to be able to do to service our distribution and our people and our efforts. So, Liza, thank you for all you do, because I wouldn't be able to do the things I do if it wasn't for you. And then I've got to thank my friend Todd Swinson, because Todd Swinson he's one of my best friends in the world. We wish he could be here today, but we're going to send him this video because we're recording this. I want him to see what we were discussing, and want him to know that he's not here, but he's certainly not forgotten. This program wouldn't exist if it wasn't for Todd Swinson, because Todd Swinson brought me into the company back in 2000, August of 2000. So if it wasn't for Todd, I wouldn't be here, and we probably wouldn't be, you know, quite where we are today. It's been an evolutionary process that all begins with my relationship with Todd Swinson. So, but I want to thank everybody again for outstanding work. I was looking at some numbers earlier today for fun. We're now my group has now submitted 292,000 final expense applications since day one. This group processed And Gene, you can certainly understand this. I mean, because you head up administration. I want to thank you for your leadership because I know you're bringing a lot of creative and innovative platforms to the table as well. And lots of things that we would not have dreamed that we would have access to today. I mean, well, 15 years ago or so when we started, you know, electronic apps and point of sale decision engines and things like that. So thank you for all your leadership as well. But that 292,000 applications translates to $191 million of submitted creative. And you all are the ones that have processed that business. And, you know, I like to say that, you know, Columbia Life has really raised the administrative bar for other financial or other final expense companies. Actually, you are the bar. And so be very proud of what you do. Be very proud of the example that you've set for other organizations, other companies. When other managers and FMO types like myself come and agents come to join Columbia Life, what they find out is they find out about that personalized service that they did not receive with other carriers that they've previously represented and that they currently represent. And this is really, it's you, it's not me. I'm just a very lucky conduit between the agent and you all, the carrier, that brings us together, okay? But the most important aspect is what goes on behind the closed doors of Columbia Life. And so your energies and your effort and your care for the distribution and your pride in what you do when processing business and staying late and doing what it takes to get business processed efficiently and effectively and making sure that we are one of the fastest avenues to revenue for our agents keeps them coming back. And when agents come to a Columbia Life sales conference, they keep coming back. And it's because of the work that goes on with all of you. So thank you for all you do, and thank you for the opportunity to be a big part of really what I consider the finest administrative greased engine in the industry, and that is Columbia Life. And again, it all begins with people like Miss Elsie, who has set the standard, and I really mean that. We love you for everything that you do and have done and continue to do. You set a standard that all of us are trying to continue to achieve, and we want to make people like you proud. So thank you so much, and let's enjoy a beautiful dinner.